like to welcome you to the 121st commencement of Grand Rapids High School. When we began the school year, we never guessed our graduation ceremony would look like this. This spring has come with many unexpected challenges for our entire Grand Rapids High School community. The COVID-19 pandemic has been a difficult situation that has led to the need for creative thinking and significant changes to how we celebrate graduation and the outstanding achievements of the class of 2020. What hasn't changed is our pride in the achievements of our students. They've shown us strength, perseverance, and hope in the future. All characteristics that will help them succeed as they move beyond Grand Rapids High School. Please join me in honoring all of our students.
It wasn't supposed to be like this. As I contemplated how to write this speech, I racked my brain on how not only to sum up the last 4 years, but the way that they ended. Yet, this is the phrase that kept coming to mind. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I realized that I could not write this graduation speech like one that had been written before, since our senior year is ending unlike any other senior year. We were the class of 2020, the cool year, the year that every other graduating class was supposed to wish that they could be, right? Doesn't that seem a bit ironic now? It wasn't supposed to be like this. We weren't supposed to walk the high school hallways for the very last time at 3:06 on March 17th instead of today, May 29th. We weren't supposed to be missing out on the last of our winter senior sports seasons, or the entirety of our spring ones. We were supposed to be leading our teams out on the field, track, or diamond and making memories. We weren't supposed to be dancing our senior proms in our living rooms, or eating our honors breakfast at our kitchen counters, or practicing for a musical that would never see the stage. We weren't supposed to be attending classes virtually, FaceTiming our friends, or even watching the speech through a video. We were supposed to be there. The last few months of our senior year were not supposed to be filled with grief and unknowns. They were supposed to be filled with celebration, driving our teachers crazy one last time, last hurrahs, and making memories to last us for the rest of our lives. What each of us wouldn't give to have had that. Our principals, teachers, and staff to have had us in the building, preparing us for what was to come. Our parents to see us living out those final moments with one another, and not having to dry their children's tears. And ourselves, to have closed our minds to the endless peals of, "I can't wait to be done," and savored every moment. It wasn't supposed to be like this, and for that, I'm truly sorry. Yet, I can't help but think of the lessons and blessings that have been the result of the past 3 months. Think of it this way. We can't really be grounded by our parents anymore, as we're stuck at home anyways. Not that there's much left to be grounded for. And we don't have to forge our way up the seemingly never-ending middle staircase every day. Though I, for one, will miss it as it was my main source of cardio. By changing our mindsets, it is clear to see that we are leaving our high school years equipped with more skills than any other class before us. Despite Ms. Asplin's quarterly attendance prompts on how to combat senior slide, it has virtually been handed to us with school closing, unscheduled class times, and abnormally warm spring days. Yet, we still had to graduate, and that meant getting in those last few credits, even if they were online. Every morning we had to get up and do what needed to be done, regardless of the fact that we could no longer physically go to school to do so. We continued to persevere and had to become even more responsible for ourselves and our time. We've proven ourselves to be resilient in a time of uncertainty. When things didn't make sense, we had to slide into our teachers' emails and ask for explanations. In doing so, we developed a greater sense of initiative and ability to express ourselves. As we comforted one another and acknowledged new dimensions of our lives as well as our teachers, we expressed empathy and flexibility. In addition to this, we were given time. More time to spend with our families before heading to a new chapter in life. More time to invest in ourselves and our hobbies. More time to reflect on who we are now, 4 years after walking in those Grand Rapids High School doors. In life, There are and there will continue to be good times and bad times. The trick is to be able to see that bad times are not all bad and good times are not all good. We were brought into the world when our nation was in a state of fear and turmoil as a result of 9/11. And now we are graduating in the midst of a worldwide pandemic. It makes you wonder if someone is really out to get us, or if we're being prepared for something even greater. I choose to believe the latter. So, senior class of 2020, we have lost a great many things, but we have also been given more ways to be prepared for our future. May we always remember that and carry not only what we have learned these last 4 years, but these last 3 months with us. It wasn't supposed to be like this, yet it was so much more. Congratulations, class of 2020. Thank you.
As seniors in high school, we are all too familiar with the saying, "I just can't wait to graduate and get out of here." I regret to admit that as March came around, I had a bad case of senioritis and was struggling to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Little did we all know that March 17th would be our last time together as a whole class, our last time trying to find a parking spot, our last time getting stuck in a traffic jam with a Thunderhawk, and even our last time hearing Spawn yell, "Mornin'!" With just a blink of an eye, it all came to an abrupt end. I know that I can speak for the majority of my class that we have been forced to gain a deeper understanding of the meaning, "You don't know what you have until it's gone." 4 years ago, when we were freshmen, I remember at orientation, the seniors telling us that before we knew it, we would be in their shoes, walking the halls of GRHS as seniors, and showing the incoming freshman class the ropes. This was difficult to grasp at the time, but now I understand what they meant. Just like that, 4 years have come and gone, and we stand here today with our caps and gowns on, getting ready to take our next steps in life. Whatever that may entail for you, college, the Army, a gap year, or starting work, one thing will remain certain as we all spread our wings in different directions. Home is always where the hawk is. Grand Rapids truly is a special town to grow up in and will always have a special place in our hearts. We are provided with limitless opportunities within our school and community that allow each and every one of us to achieve our hopes and dreams. For this reason, I find it very fitting that our class chose "Home is where the hawk is" as our senior quote. The big Thunderhawk on the middle of the floor in the hallway, although unnoticed many days, is a very accurate representation of life right now and in the future months to come. Some days you can walk right through that intersection with no problem and make it to your classroom with ease and a smile on your face. Other days, you get stuck behind a large crowd with people pushing and shoving to make their way through in a rush, with frustration rising as people just stand there and seem to be oblivious to the situation around them. After you make your way through, you go down one of the 4 hallways to get to your desired destination. In the moment, that traffic jam can be frustrating and cause you to act out a certain way, but you almost always make it through and to class on time. Although this is a simple event that occurs almost daily, I think it can be directly related to what life is like more often than not. Most days we can glide right through with no problem, showing confidence in achieving our desired tasks. But on the flip side, we all have those days where we feel stuck, lost, confused with our feelings, and experience unending roadblocks. These are the tough days, but these are the days that allow us to grow, learn, and become the individuals we are meant to be. As we each face our unique obstacles, there is one that will remain certain amongst us all. We will eventually find our path, no matter how long it may take, and home will always remain where the hawk is. I always knew the class of 2020 would be one that everyone would never forget. Although our last few months of senior year look and feel very different than past years, there are many life lessons we are learning that will guide us as we move forward. Our graduation ceremony is not what we imagined or had hoped for, but it is unique in its own special way and will be a memory we hold near to us for the rest of our lives. Our class will be like no other, and for that, I think we should all be grateful. If this has taught us all one thing, it is to not take for granted what we have. But when things are taken from us unexpectedly, we need to be adaptable and maintain a positive outlook on the big picture in front of us. The endless events and planning that have occurred through this all are direct representations of our class as a whole and speaks volume about the positivity we will leave on the world in our own way after graduation. Or as Tom Hanks said to the classes of 2020, we are the chosen ones. I encourage you all to look at the challenges we've faced over the last month and the lessons we've learned. These are guiding us to become the individuals we are called to be. I thank you all for the memories, laughs, and tears over the past 4 years, and I wish each and every one of you the very best as we go our separate ways. Remember that if you fall away from your path and the road gets a bit rocky, just look up, find your hawk, and know that it will bring you back to your GR roots, because home is where the hawk is. Here's to the class of 2020, a year we will never forget.
We would also like to acknowledge the top 5 graduating seniors, in alphabetical order: Abigail Bauman, Lucas Berard, Brooke Christensen, Julia Hansen, and Ariana Erickson. We are extremely proud of their accomplishments. The International Baccalaureate is a 2-year pre-university course of study for juniors and seniors. Many of our students obtain certificates in IB courses by completing the rigorous coursework and by taking the IB exam. Each year, a few students seek the distinction of being an International Baccalaureate diploma candidate. This requires the student to study 6 IB courses, take IB exams, take the Theory of Knowledge course, and write an extended essay, including participating in a 2-year service-based project. This year, we are recognizing 3 students that have completed this challenging program and are our Class of 2020 International Baccalaureate Diploma candidates: Lucas Berard, Ariana Erickson, and Julia Hansen.
We are proud of the amazing achievements of all our students. On behalf of the faculty and administration at Grand Rapids High School, I would like to present the graduating class of 2020. We certify they have met the requirements for graduation prescribed by the state of Minnesota and Independent School District 318.
We want all of our seniors and their families to know that we understand how important this milestone is, and we recognize the many traditions surrounding graduation have changed. We want you to know that we care deeply about how this global pandemic changed your final year with us. Yet, we hope that you were able to look back on your time at GRHS and focus on the memories you created with your friends, teammates, teachers, and coaches. Watching you continue to work hard to share your thoughts and hopes and to stay socially connected as we are physically distant is simply awe-inspiring. You have been changed by the pandemic, but we believe it has made you stronger, and we can't wait to see the change you bring to our community, to our state, and to our world. Ladies and gentlemen, I take great pride in presenting to you the graduating class of 2020.